Salarah Starre is a UK-based advanced law of attraction teacher trainer, coach, public speaker, and leading wellness expert. She will share life-changing wisdom about the law of attraction and how you can use this powerful universal law to build a foundation for bigger and bolder manifesting results. It is time to create the life you deserve, and with Salarah's help, you will.
And a very, very warm welcome to Manifesting Made Easy with myself, Salarah Starre. As always, an absolute honor and pleasure to be with you. I did miss a podcast last week because myself and my partner Nick were enjoying ourselves in Bahrain, a place I'd never been to before. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did we see much of the country? No. We spent most of the time just hanging around the resort, chilling out, and sinking our feet into the beautiful white sand. It is something that I have been manifesting for a little while, with everything happening with COVID and a few other considerations. One of these relaxing beach holidays has not been something that has been at the top of our list, but it soon crept its way there, and we made our way last Sunday, and we came back Sunday just gone. And it just meant that everything in my life was on hold for one whole week. And I tell you what, it felt so good. No messages, no emails, nothing, just complete and utter presence with the person that I love dearly. So I'm back now, and today I was putting some thought into what I can share with you in our show today. For those of you who are new, it's such a lovely thing for me to welcome you to the show. I have had a few emails from some of you this morning giving thanks for some of the podcasts, some of the different viewpoints of the law of attraction, and how much it has helped you and how much you enjoyed listening. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to reach out and let me know that. Otherwise, it just feels like I'm talking to a computer screen and I'm not entirely sure who, where, what, how, and why people are even tuning in to the show. So it's really helpful to get that feedback. So I just want to say a heartfelt thank you from me to you. So today I thought we would explore the conversation and consideration around the power of unselfish intentions when it comes to the law of attraction. In the beginning days of my manifesting practice, I had no idea that there was even a difference in my intentions. I didn't realize that my intentions were incredibly selfish. I didn't realize that my intentions were coming from a place of lack and fear and worry and need. I had just heard about this incredible universal law. I followed very studiously the step-by-step instructions I was given in order to manifest something, and I started to get these amazing results. But I also then started to become aware and observe within my own practice that some of the things that I was manifesting were quite troublesome. And as these particular manifestations were coming into fruition, although it was very exciting to begin with, they started to feel like hard work. It started to feel like it was a little bit diseased, if you like. There was something within these manifestations which weren't flowing easily. It wasn't flowing freely, and it felt very, very hard to keep the energy up with the manifestation itself, but also anything I wanted to manifest after that. So that's why I wanted to share this with you today. Now, understanding the power of our intentions when it comes to manifesting is probably going to be one of the most important considerations when it comes to your manifesting practice. Now, we can come from a space of, as I mentioned before, that space of need, that space of greed, that space of trying to create that feeling of security, or we can come from a space of trusting and flowing and allowing and creating and sharing and giving and helping. Now, I'm going to ask you, which one do you think is going to get you the most powerful, consistent results? And I highlight the words powerful and consistent, because if your manifesting practice has ever been anything like my old manifesting practice, it was up and down and all over the place. There was zero consistency. It was either famine or feast in every area. In relationships, it was either flowing beautifully and fun and joy, connection and laughter, or there was hostility and defensiveness. It never felt like there was anything in between. And it was the same with my finances. It felt like it was up and down, like either living like a queen or feeling like I was scraping every penny just to get by. And you know what? I was tired of it. I felt completely and utterly done. I felt cooked. My nervous system was fried as a result of it. And I remember looking up to the universe and just saying, there has to be another way, because I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I want to be in a space where I completely and utterly trust that everything that is mine by divine right will come to me in the perfect time and space sequence. I want to be able to enjoy life's lessons and challenges and not feel like so much is rested upon whether I get my manifestation or not. I want to be able to flow in the current of life in a way that is relaxing and fun and uplifting, rather than it feeling like I'm on this lilo hitting all these rocks and smashing my head one minute and then sunbathing the next. So that's why I wanted to share with you the power of intentions today, the unselfish intentions. Now, this is going to mean something different to everybody. So in my shows, I just give you my viewpoint, the things that I have pondered on in my journey. And that's why I love receiving emails from you, because you can give me different considerations that I haven't yet thought of, and we can create a mutual learning process with this. So just take what I'm sharing with you and see if it has resonance for you. If it doesn't, then it's always good to listen to a different viewpoint. But essentially what I am saying is I want you to remain the master in your life and not give your power away to anybody. And just because I've been on this journey for a long time, learning the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens with the law of attraction, doesn't mean to say that what I'm sharing with you is right for you in your life. And that's why I want you to really have your own empowerment when it comes to listening to this show, but just enjoy learning something new. So it is really crucial to look at the intention behind your manifestation. So say, for example, let's just say I have a lot of people who say, well, I just want to win the lottery. I mean, yeah, I mean, on the surface of things, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? You think, oh my God, imagine all the good things I can do and all the people I can help. That'd be amazing. But a lot of the time when I actually drill down to some of the underlying emotions with people, when they say that they want to win the lottery, a lot of it comes down to some kind of pain that they are experiencing that they want to get out of. So their intention underneath, once we've peeled back layer by layer, is more about creating a feeling of security and a feeling of safety. And so in other words, that unbeknown to them comes from a space of fear. And it's that fear which is injected into the manifestation, whether they know it or not. And a lot of the times in manifesting, many of us don't even know that our fears are driving our manifestations, our need. For some people, greed. For some people, desperation. And it's that intention, it's that energy signature that works its way and weaves its way through the unfoldment of your manifestation. So it's either going to be a healthy manifestation or an unhealthy manifestation as a result of that. So I know for myself, when I was first started my law of attraction practice, I was coming from a very selfish place. I didn't know that I was right. So this isn't me putting myself down or creating a space of judgment. I had no idea. All I knew is that I hadn't had a particularly secure upbringing. Relationships had always been very volatile in every way. My relationship with money was pretty non-existent. It was up, down, and all the in-betweens that I mentioned before. So the underlying driver for me, my underlying need, my underlying thirst was to create security, which meant that I was doing all my visualizations and I was doing my affirmations, and they were all coming from this driver of needing to create this security. But on the surface of things, I didn't know that that's what was happening. And I had to figure it out the hard way, unfortunately, when my manifestations weren't happening, or I was getting the opposite of what I wanted, or they would just take forever to come to me. And I have also known cases of some people, since I've been coaching people for a long period of time on the law of attraction, where one particular person kept saying, all I want is security. All I want is my own home. All I want is to feel secure, is to feel safe. All I want is my own home, my own home. And they were saying it with so much power and so much force and so much energy and so much intention in that. And on the surface of things, you'd think that that was pretty innocent, right? But actually, that person did get their own home, but it came at a great loss. It came at a great expense. And unfortunately, a huge amount of depression and anxiety and loss of every kind. And that person, when they got their own home, they weren't happy within that home, because the energy behind it and the driver and the intention of the creation of that particular set of circumstances had come from such a deep space of fear and pain and lack of security. So the idea of today's podcast is to highlight this and to look at, where am I manifesting from a place of fear? Where am I unintentionally putting negative intentions into the manifestation of something that I think I want? And the reason why I say unintentionally what I think I want is because actually, if we weren't feeling that underlying driver of fear and worry and doubt, would we push so hard to try and make things happen? Would we spend so much time with our sympathetic nervous system, our adrenaline, our cortisol, our lactate, flooding our system to try and make money or be seen or be liked in some way or another? Now, I know this probably seems a little bit of a heavy podcast to some of the normal podcasts that I have recorded, but I do feel that this is a very important subject if we want to take our manifestation seriously, and we want to manifest for the highest good of all and not at all, which means that nobody is going to get hurt by us getting what we want, which means that we cultivate that consistent energetic boundary with ourselves when it comes to manifesting, so that we can make sure that there is absolutely no harm to any other living being by us getting what it is that we want to manifest and create in our life. How do we do that when we have so much of our own primal needs that have never been met? And many of us have suffered great loss and great trauma and great poverty in some respects, not always financial either, by the way. It can be emotional poverty too. How do we check in with ourselves? How do we create that boundary with ourselves, that when we become aware, or we can first of all begin cultivating awareness as the energy and the that we are injecting into our manifestations? Is that coming from that pure selfless space, or is it coming from a space of selfish desire? How can we create that? How can we stop and say, right, what is it that I am manifesting and creating in my life right now? And how, by me having that, will it make a difference in this world? How, by me having that manifestation, will other people also benefit? How can I stay in full integrity, making sure that I am aware and conscious of everybody that I meet along the way to that manifestation coming into fruition, and making sure that nobody else has to suffer stress or pain in order for us to get what it is that we want? One of the most powerful ways to manifest is to stop and have an honest conversation with yourself. Is there fear here? Am I creating this because I just want to feel that sense of security? What is the real driver behind me doing this? And if there are any drivers that are coming from that space of fear, need, greed, or worry or anxiety, it's to stop your manifestation straight away. Not to say that you can't come back on it, but you will be injecting that negative energy down into the roots of the very thing that you are wanting to manifest in your life. It's not going to be high vibration. It's not going to allow more good things to come. It's going to be lower vibration, which means it's going to be harder work. We don't want any of that. We don't want to do mediocre manifesting here. We want to step into master manifestation, where we can become aware and say, you know what, I'm not going to continue down this road of manifesting right now because I have some clearing to do. I have some shadow work that I need to take care of right now. And when I feel I can come to my manifestation practice clear-headed, clear-hearted, focused, with a clean, pure intention for the highest good of all, not at all, that's when I'm going to come back to my manifesting practice. And that's when I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and start to put in some of the creative work. And that's when I'm ready to start taking aligned action. Because if we are coming from a lower vibrational space of fear, need, or worry, or greed, or doubt, it's not going to be aligned action. That's misaligned action. And that's why everything turns out to be so difficult. So what are my intentions? How, by me having this very thing, will it make a difference in my life? How will it leave me feeling? How will it help the people around me, those closest to me? How will it benefit them? And how, by me having this, will it benefit the world? These are the kind of questions we can ask ourselves, and then we can create our intention around our manifestation. My intention is to create something that brings love and joy and healing and laughter and connection into this world. And when we start to then inject that kind of energetic intention and frequency into the roots, into the very gestation of our manifestation, that's when we start to create high vibrational results which raise and lift up the world. This is how we truly harness the power of the law of attraction, and why it is so vital that we cultivate unselfish intentions and consider the greater good in all of our manifestation practices. So we no longer need to endure the disharmony and negative consequences in our lives and in our relationships because of our lack of awareness and aligned intention and action. Because when we focus solely on our own desires without considering the impact on others, we may unintentionally harm those around us, including people we love very, very much. And by transcending our ego-driven desires in this way, and by understanding that when we harm others, we ultimately harm ourselves. And that's why we don't get out of that manifesting loop. So remember, it's manifesting for the highest good or not at all, shifting intentions towards the highest good. And embracing this heartfelt mindset. And we can align ourselves with universal principles of love and compassion and unity, ensuring that our desires actually contribute positively to this world. And allowing this for the highest good of all or not at all to be our guiding principle, we can create a ripple effect of positivity that benefits not only ourselves, but all of those around us as well. And we can start to do this by letting go of egoic attachment to specific outcomes and trust the divine order of things. And if we're struggling to trust the divine order of things, it means we have release work to do. We have shadow work to do. But one of the most important things is being truly grateful for everything as it is right now. Even the challenges are there to unlock strength and courage and positivity and love. And without these challenges, we don't unlock these superpowers. So remember, the law of attraction is a powerful tool that allows us to create the reality that we desire. We know that. However, it is crucial to approach manifesting with an unselfish heart, focusing on the highest good of all. Manifesting with love, compassion, and consideration for others, like aforementioned. And by doing this, we not only experience personal fulfillment, but we also contribute to a more harmonious and uplifting world. And by God, we need that right now. Remember, the true power of the law of attraction doesn't just lie in attracting what we want in our life, but also in positively impacting the lives of others. Anyway, my friends, it's been so beautiful to be with you and to discuss such an important subject when it comes to the law of attraction. I very, very much look forward to being back with you same time next week. And like I say, thank you again for your wonderful feedback. It means the absolute world to me. Have a beautiful week, and I'll be back with you soon. Take care. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Salarah Starre will be back next week with great insights into the law of attraction. In the meantime, please visit salarahstarre.com.